Hello, rock stars. So let's go with reading practice session. That is listening, fill in the blanks, and let's see what is here in front of us. So I'm doing it from Language Academy. We can follow like any site for practice. That's perfect to go with it. Okay. So here is something about loan applications, but the topic won't be coming in your exam. So let's see the passage directly. Many companies and lenders provide dash to all customers that decisions dash on a person's credit report impact. So they provide something, okay? They provide something. What can they provide? Trial, they can provide entertainments, they can provide disclosures, denial, what? They provide something to all customers that decision means something positive is there, so denial cannot be here. Entertainment obviously is not relevant. They provide trial to customer, that doesn't make a sense. So disclosures, this is a kind of something written document, we can put it over here. To all customers that decisions dash on a person's credit report impact the terms and rates offered. So that decisions based on, because we have heard it based on, that is a phrasal verb. Now coming to the last, the lender must provide an adverse action notice to the consumer to explain the reason for dash. So they provide adverse. Adverse is a negative word, so something negative we need, and negative is denial. Denial is like they deny, they refuse. Why they refuse? For taking the loan. So this could be there. Let's check. Yeah. So it is good to go. Now let's practice anything random. So let's see this thing. So let's go with it. The world of organic agriculture has often been critiqued as being dash more in philosophy than in science. So it is being more being. After being, we have to use V3 or VING. Okay. So we have this V3 but no VING. Directly I'll be putting it, and it's also making a sense, like it is being rooted in, okay, world of this is being rooted in philosophy. While this criticism might hold a grain of dash, it is important to note that the field has made significant. While criticism might hold a grain of means something a very little context of what could be there. Grain of praise cannot be there, grain of truth can be there, right? Grain of truth, it holds a little bit truth. It is important to note that field of organic agriculture has made significant dash in recent years in developing, testing scientific methods that support its dash. So something supporting its what? Its practices. Yes, it could be over here. Now has made significant what? Something advancements, so praise cannot be there, plural would be coming over here, so grades is not appropriate, creatures is not appropriate. Let's go with strides. Let's say if it is hit and trial. Yeah, it worked over there, right? So somewhere sometime we don't know the meaning of a word, so we can use hit and trial, seeing rest other options are inappropriate, okay, they are not working for it, so we can go with it. Now let's pick any random. Okay, so here we go. ASD is a lifelong condition with the dash age of diagnosis greater than 4 years. So some numbers are there with the dash age, upper age, lower age, something like that. So comparison, yeah, here is the median age. Okay, this is because the number figures are there, so median is good to go over here. Although most current intervention strategies dash children less than 6 years to dash changes. So most current intervention strategies, they defend children, they promote children, they target children, because strategies Companies make strategies to target the audience. Okay, so their target audience are children who are less than 6 years to dash early behavioral changes. Okay, so they like their interventions are to behavioral changes to defend, because they are at the initial stage, they cannot defend right now. So it could be what? Promote. Two verbs are there. V1 we have to use. With two we use V1. So two V1 are there, defend and promote. So defense at this stage is not possible. Earlier they are only making strategies to find out them. So it would be what? Promote. Then school age children in particular often remain dash in social settings. So how they remain in social setting? Reducing opportunity. Negative word is there. Social communicative development. It means they are not socially interactive. So we can use they are unengaged. They are not engaged in social interaction. So let's check. Yes, here we go. All right. Okay. So see, simply look for the keywords with the sense. Do apply, look for the parts of speech, what would be working over here. Like with two, we used V1. Okay. So obviously two V1 were there, we selected out of that. Now strategies dash children. Okay, so V1 again it was needed because it is plural over here, strategies. So V1 will be there. So in this way, apply grammar rules and applies collocations as well. So we are good to go. Let's go with any other. Now, Bansky, the enigmatic street artist, combined sharp practical commentary with the humor, quickly gaining public. So he gained public, that's common attention, okay? That's quite common word. Some collocations we hear in our day-to-day life, so we can go directly with them. Now, despite his growing fame, he maintained anonymity. What is anonymity? That he didn't reveal his name. So any artist that doesn't come up with the name or hides his or her name, so that is anonymous artist. Anonymity is a noun from that. Challenging the commercial art scene with his guerrilla tactics. What is the meaning of tactics? That is methods. He used the guerrilla tactics. Then his art, which frequently mocked. What is mockery? See, whenever humor is there, you mock at the situation. Mock is like mazak udana, okay? Societal dash. So, what did he mock at? Something in the society. Societal what? Societal grades. No, societal norms. Norms are the what are the conventions in the society? What are the rules? जो society में मान्यताएं होती है, okay? So something like norms. So he rose in popularity, but he still questioned art's commodification by performing satirical stunts. So mockery is there, humor is there, satire is like criticizing, okay? Something satirical stunts were there, stunts. So stunt is any activity such as dash up a painting at auction. Okay. So he used to do something to the painting, what he could do, such as implying, pursuing, no, reshaping, tearing, फाड़ देना. Okay, so that was a kind of stunt which could gain attention. Obviously, agar artist is tearing his or her painting in the exhibition, so it will be directly, he will be directly gaining public attention. So thus dash public discourse on the intersection of art, fame and value. So he did something for the public discourse, thus reshaping public discourse, implying or pursuing. He reshaped them. Okay, he changed their view on the art by tearing his by performing such kind of stunt. So this was a different thing. So might be he reshaped. Let's check first. Yeah, here we go. Because this was an activity he did for fame, name. So doing something that reshape your opinion. Okay, this can be done. So whatever context we already have, so it reshaped the opinion of public. Now let's go with another. So it is Bering Land Bridge, a dash of land that once connected Asia with North America. A dash of land. So it is a piece of land or anything, see similar word to piece of land. Stretch. A stretch. I have already told you many a time in the class, live classes, that how we can use some of the synonyms and they directly appear before you. Okay. So stretch of land that once connected Asia with North America came into dash much later than experts previously thought. So came into what? This land came into existence. Okay, this is very common collocation we use. It came into existence. This thing came into existence. It came much later. Time is also given, so it is good to guess. Then let's start from here. Bering land bridge from 46,000 years ago and found that it didn't. So V1 will be there with do, does, did. We use V1. Okay. So it didn't dash until around 35 something years ago. It didn't dash. It didn't what? Happen. It didn't emerge. So for happen, we need to see if any activity was there. So they reconstructed the sea level history from this years ago and found that it didn't happen until around this or didn't emerge. What could be there? Land emerged or happened, let's say. Yeah. So why I didn't use happen? Because no activity was being talked about. They were talking about like how this came into existence. So came into existence means it emerged during that time. So you need to keep your mind connected to what you have already done, what context is being talked about. So scanning and understanding the essence of that really helps you to target good points. Let's move with another. Let's. So society and culture have great dash on the business environment. Society and culture have great influence. Something have great impacts. Okay, anything like that could come. These factors include demographics like population growth, age distribution, and attitudes towards safety and health dash. Towards safety and health, what is related to health? Health consciousness, health demands. So health consciousness factor includes society and culture. I think so consciousness is good to go. For example, dash rates of obesity. So obesity is increasing, okay? Overweight, rising obesity, rising rates of obesity. Have forced management to do, okay? Let's submit it. Yeah, we are good to go with it. Let's move to another. So most tail feathers dash an interlocking microstructure similar to wing feather. So they show kind of interlocking microstructure. So we have, because it is plural, we will look for V1. V1 is feature and present. So present and featuring, feature film, okay? So features this kind of pattern, present this kind of most tail feathers present an interlocking microstructure. They don't present themselves, they appear like this, okay? So this is the difference between feature and present. You present a presentation, but what is featured, what is being showed, what is appearing like, so that would be more appropriate. Let's see. These feathers support precision dash in flight. So they support precision. Precision is like precise, accurate. So what accurate thing could be supported in flight? So fan shape, the feathers usually, they help what kind of devices? But particular device is given steering. We use steering to drive anything, right? So let's see if it act as a steering. And because you see, like the birds use their feathers for changing direction and all that to move and all. So this seems better to me. Let's see. So we display increasing level of asymmetry toward the outer pairs. In some birds, tail feathers have evolved into a showy dash that are useless in flight. They have evolved into showy, something showy. What could be showy? Devices or ornaments. So because showy is there, so more relatable is ornaments. Ornaments are like jewelry. Okay. So jewelry is precisely more related to that, I think. So let's submit and check. Yes, here we go. Okay. So you see, like thinking closely, I really enjoyed doing reading because it's like a game to me. Okay, just searching for words and just like you can say polishing your cognitive skills in thinking. Okay, what could be the right collocation over here? So once you are into this practice, believe me, you will really enjoy doing reading. Sorry, not writing. Okay. So let's do one more practice. Everything. Okay. So about 3.5 billion years ago, two of the planets that dashed the sun may have had biospheres of similar bulk. That dashed the sun. They did something to the sun. So that followed the sun, that observed the sun, that orbit. Planets orbit. Okay, they move around in the round circles. So this is called orbit. So one earth dash in a way that allowed life to flourish or prosper. What is there? Yes, flourish. It is simple. With two, we have to use V1. Evolve could be there, but it is ED, so we won't be using it. So dash in a way. So earth dash in a way, evolved in a way. Here we can use evolved in a way. It evolved in such a way that allowed life to prosper and flourish and splinter into endless forms most beautiful. Mars, the other world, dash a different. It followed a different path, so it was easy to go with. Okay, let's have some more practice. So randomly, let me. Oh, what's happening? High emotional intelligence can help a manager dash workplace communication skills. So high emotional, if a manager is having good emotional intelligence, so help a manager dash. Okay, V1 would be there, help a manager dash workplace communication skills. So what he can do, communication skills. He can improve communication skills. He can attach communication skills. No, improve is better than that. And organizational effectiveness. If a manager has high dash, a key component of emotional intelligence. So what quality he has? High what? High empathy. See, empathy is a like fellow feeling. Okay. Sympathy, you like feel sympathy for others, and empathy is fellow feeling. That is essential in communication. So it is the key component of emotional intelligence. He or she will be able to dash to V1, to dash to the concerns of employees. He will be able to dash to the concern. Listen to. Listen to is good to go, because with listen we always use to. Listen to the concerns. Okay. Then this will most likely translate into dash motivation and satisfaction of employees. This will most likely translate into what kind of motivation? Into increased motivation, something? Yeah, we have a word over there. Obviously, this will result into, okay. And ultimately will have a dash effect, means positive. What is the positive effect? Positive word is over there. So we are good to go with it. One is there. Oh my God. So listen is there, but I didn't place it wrong. So it is all good. Okay. We are good to go. eating ways. People often get bored with one way of eating, which means that we have a lot of flexibility in dash of creating our own healthy dietary patterns. So we have a lot of flexibility in dash of creating, in what of creating, in excess of creating, in terms of creating, in terms of creating, right? Noun we need over here, noun is terms and need is there, two nouns are there, so terms of creating is in terms of, that is a common phrase. Dietary patterns that can be dashed to individuals. So with B we use V3, B we use VING, okay? So that can be dashed. So we have achieved or tailored to individual food preferences, conditions. So various things are over there. So might be like when you plan for any tour package, okay, so you show your preferences. We need this kind of room, we need to add breakfast with it, we need a parking area. So your budget tour or your plan tour is customized accordingly, okay? So here also we that can be changed according to individual needs. So it is tailored or customized, they both they are the similar terms which are used. Like when you make a plan, you can add things according to your requirement, okay? So you customize that, you tailor that. So it's quite common term nowadays. For example, if you are eating healthy Mediterranean and after a few months you want to try something different, you can dash to a semi-vegetarian diet. So you can switch to, yes, simple, because we can make any customization, we can tailor it according to our need and we can switch from one option to other, okay? So that is good to go. Yeah. Ozone. Scientists have established records spanning several decades that dash normal ozone levels. So because plural is there, V1 would come. So the decades that dash normal ozone levels, that detail, curtail, that vary. Three are there. Curtail is to control something, because scientists have given the records, so records can detail, they can give data about this thing, okay? They have detailed some ozone levels. Now ozone concentration in the atmosphere dash naturally with sunspot seasons and latitude. So because with these are the different conditions and with different conditions things change. So what could be there? We have the word vary. Okay, be sure like V1 we have to use and ozone concentration can vary. That is good to go. These processes are well understood and dash. They are well understood and dash. So we can understand these processes and they are what? They are performed, they are predictable, they are depleted. No, these processes are well understood and they are predictable, okay? Means we can easily know what will happen, so we understand that, so it will go good. Now beginning in the 1970s, however, scientific evidence showed that the ozone shield was being we use V3, well beyond natural processes. Though this shield was being performed or depleted well beyond natural processes. So depleted ozone shield, we know that is being in the process of depletion. Okay, so here it goes. Let's do one more. If you are not tired, let me do. I really enjoy doing them. So sharing dreams may serve a dash. Sharing dreams may serve a purpose or act. Purpose. It could be a purpose, not a act. A study finds that describing the content of our dreams or nightmares that scare us, okay? whether boring or truly bizarre. Bizarre is something strange, okay, quirky, strange dream that comes. So may function to dash people and groups together. So it may function to influence in one way, to to act, no, to bond them together, to act. Let's see, act. They act, and listening and responding to strange content or dreams can increase what? It can increase empathy. Because see, empathy is when you are listening to someone, you are responding to someone. In your communication, again and again, we are doing, use the word empathy. Empathy is the fellow feeling. Okay, you listen, you nod your head, you show your interest, you are an active listener. So that shows empathy, and it also shows like, you can say, the speaker is motivated if you show such kind of, it is non-verbal communication, nodding your head or something like that. Okay, so here also they can increase empathy because the word is given, the group and people together, they listen and respond to the strange content. Okay, so this is empathy, fellow feeling. So it helped the process of human self-domestication, where people evolved greater self-control and less aggressive dash. So what could be less aggressive? They evolved self-control. So their characteristics, so what could be the characteristic? Tendencies, okay. It would be tendencies, okay. Okay, here was bond. May function to act people and together, no, it is to bond them together, to bind. I was confused in bit, bind them together, to bond. Bond is also, yes, used as a verb. Okay, so we are good to go with that. So somewhere, see, I also commit mistakes and I learn really a lot from this. So you can too, and just keep on practicing, and ultimately we are good to attempt and get complete 90 in reading also.